Hi Mbali, this is Tapelo Masita. I am a cellist from Bloom, and yeah, I live in New York right now. My friend Claudia Denker sent me the questions that you had. Um, a lot of a few students sent out some questions. I think four of you, but you guys all sent multiple questions. So I didn't think that it was going to be useful for me to make one long video for all of you to have to watch and hope that I get to your questions. So I thought I would make shorter videos that can be like sort of more direct to you and address your specific questions. So your first question, Mbali, is what is my favorite cello piece? I have way too many favorite cello pieces to pick one. Um, I mean, there are such incredible pieces in the repertoire. These days. I'm pretty attached to, um, I don't know, the Shostakovich Cello Sonata for some reason is a piece that is in my mind a lot, and the Prokofiev Cello Sonata particularly. I like to warm up actually with that piece in the morning just to get like a really fat sound going. Yeah, I mean there are just like so many. Uh, I guess if I were to be specific, I'm working right now personally on the sixth Bach suite in D major, and also Shostakovich cello concerto, and I'm also preparing the Beethoven triple concerto for an upcoming concert, which, fingers crossed, will hopefully still happen later in the year. And yeah, I mean, there's so many incredible pieces. So I'm sorry, I can't pick one. Um, who is my favorite cellist at the moment? Oh, there are so many wonderful people who I love for so many different reasons. I guess uh, someone who I really admire is my teacher, Stephen Doan. I think he's an incredible cellist and wonderful pedagogue and human being. I love the playing of Julia Lichten, who's another one of my teachers, and Natasha Brovsky, who's another person that I studied with very seriously. Um, yeah, so um, I've been very lucky to have had teachers who are wonderful at teaching, but also incredible performers. So, like, their sounds are stuck in my head. So, they're really some of my favorite performers. I mean, you know, full stop. But I guess if you want to talk about like more famous people, I really enjoy the playing of Jean-Guyen Keras, who is a French cellist, but he lives in Germany now. I really love the cello playing of, oh my gosh, so many people. Of course, Rostropovich is a great influence on all of us. But I really do tend to listen to a lot of Stephen Isserlis, who's a British cellist, one of my absolute favorites. Um, yeah, um, yeah, those are my picks. I guess right now, since the wonderful Lynn Harrell passed, I've been listening to a lot of his recordings lately, of the past week really, and just trying to reconnect with that sound. I was very lucky to also study with him last year in the summer, and at the Meadowmount School, so that was kind of an incredible experience. So having heard that sound live and sort of reliving that through his recordings has been kind of an interesting experience for me as well. So yeah, those are the cellists that I like. What advice do you have for a young person who also wants to pursue a career in music? Um, that's an excellent question. I think it's so important if you want to pursue a career in anything to ask yourself why. Like why do you want to to play music? What about it is important? And I say this because I think it's so easy pursuing, a career in music, to find yourself in a place where you start thinking only about becoming like the next great soloist, or like, that sort of thing. And then you can get disillusioned, and you don't remember why you even started doing this thing. I think if you start from a place of like, this is why I want to do this, I want to be a musician, this is why I want to be a musician, regardless of the professional element. And then from then on, the professional and career stuff, you start going to, in my view, based on what it is that you think you are good at or you feel happiest doing, and not necessarily what is it that the world says is the coolest thing in classical music. So, and ultimately, if you have that philosophy, what ends up happening really, um, is that everybody has a completely different career. Even people who have like an orchestra job, a pretty steady orchestra job, um, one person might be, being playing in the orchestra and teaching at a university, and also run a vegetable garden or something like that. So I think ultimately musicians are people who end up being renaissance people, who have worked really hard at music but also know and have many other interests, which is part of the flavor of themselves as a musician, and they also pursue those interests. So for me personally, my career is starting to look like more in the vein of, I have I've been, doing a lot of solo engagements. I do chamber music concerts. I play with some orchestras in New York City, and in New Jersey, and I do a lot of community engagement work with women's shelters and things like that. So basically, you have to be in tune with what it is that you like, why is it that you want to play music, and then share it in that way. I hope that's helpful. So I guess the main thing is really thinking about why is it that you want to play music, and then trying to see yourself, put yourself in different situations, and find out where are you, good, where do you feel good, where are you happy playing, and build your life in that direction. Yeah, I hope that helps. You know, I obviously don't have the answers, but maybe that's a good place to start off. Yeah. Thank you for your questions. I think that's the end. Thanks, Mbali. I hope this was helpful. Take care and stay safe. Bye.